The first one is that the New Testament authors were biased, so we can't trust anything they said. Well, then it is clear that the person who brings up this objection is biased against trusting the New Testament, so by their own logic, we can't trust any accusation they make against the New Testament. The biggest problem with an argument like this is it is a clear example of tunnel vision. It points out the New Testament writers were biased, while ignoring every writer is biased, because that is part of being human. Richard Dawkins opens his book admitting he is biased. If this book works as intended, religious readers who open it will be atheists when they put it down. Gerd Ludemann opens his book with, its aim was to prove the non-historicity of the resurrection of Jesus, and simultaneously encourage Christians to change their faith accordingly. Are we to dismiss these authors just because they're biased? Or every historian who has written about early Christianity, since they are all biased towards their own theories? In reality, just because someone is biased, that doesn't mean we dismiss them outright. Because what if they are biased towards the truth of what actually happened? Historian Michael Grant says Caesar's Gallic Wars is among the most potent works of propaganda ever written, but also says it is extremely hard to fault him on facts. So being biased doesn't mean one cannot report facts. This is a very silly argument and hardly a good response, because we can just reply, we cannot trust the skeptic's argument against the New Testament because they are also biased, and by their own criteria, they must be dismissed. What this objection is really saying is the other person is presenting something that doesn't agree with my already determined view, so I'll just dismiss it outright, since it doesn't conform to what I think is already true. It is a cleverly disguised ad hoc dismissal, because someone is challenging their beliefs.